Hello, ladies, gentlemen. Okay. Last time I talked about the kind of four-dimensional university, and many scientists believe our kind of university is kind of very Big Bang style. I don't believe this. Many scientists find the university is expanding every minute, flying very far every time for all the kind of stuff. Okay. Uh, But the kind of first issue, I want to ask you, okay, if you want to create a kind of university, what we need to do, okay? Of course, I can make a kind of section stuff, or like this kind of stuff, okay, looks like a board, okay. Now, I'm a kind of some creator, okay, aliens. Now, I want to create this kind of university. But the problem, okay, I want to create the same looks like our university, okay. Every time the kind of big bang star are exploring outside, flying away every time very fast in big bang star state. Well, okay, now I suppose this kind of stuff is a kind of university, okay. But from the kind of this kind of inside, I will just locate this kind of very central state, and we observe all kind of stuff and the Big Bang exploring and expanding. But the problem, okay, the problem is I created this kind of stuff. I don't want to hit. I don't want to waste so much energy to design inside. Looks like this, looks like that. It's very kind of very boring, for me. I just create this kind of university. Looks like a ball, okay, inside a very big bang. I just want to control this kind of university, very small ball, okay, looks like this. And then I control it, okay, because I created this kind of university. For all our kind of human beings, looks like, oh, expanding inside. But I make a kind of a very small kind of trick, okay. I give this kind of ball, our university, a kind of power. Small, 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 small. You know what will happen? Before this is kind of ball, I say the original of our ball, okay, inside full of stuffs, okay. Like I'm the creator. I create this ball, but I give it a kind of power, make it like a kind of very magic power, small, 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 small. Every second, or maybe every 1/4 second, make it twice small, okay. Twice times less than the original, twice times small or less than the original. So you see what kind of this university is going to be, this kind of university. Because inside is full stuff, right? I created this kind of university. But now I gave it kind of power, small, every second, twice small, less than the original. So this spot, the stuff inside became a very small state, and suddenly small, okay. Origin is full a lot. It's inside. It's kind of became okay in 1 second small. It's a kind of original of half. I say now the time past 1 second. I suppose this kind of circle inside, okay, have already reduced half. You understand? So at this time, what will happen? And because the university, because I give this kind of power, and the university reduced half. But the kind of, you see, this kind of place is a kind of walking place. No stuff. I just suppose this kind of yellow is a kind of walking because reduced half, You understand? So at this time, how this university will behave? Because this place is kind of walking under the space. expanding. You understand? Expanding to trying to fill this kind of working place. That's why we see the university is very very big. The university is not expanding very big. It's become small, and you and me are changing very small every time. But nobody believe we are changing kind of very small stage. And some kind of magical power have kind of reduced us every times. Where I became a half style of the before, because nobody believes this kind of magical power. But if suppose have this kind of magical power, I can push it to small. Every time half, reduce half. Every time reduce half, and there are more, working space. And because the working space is kind of a very big push, very big push that you were absorbed. It were absorbed this kind of the kind of original stuff, But absorbed this kind of because working has kind of very pressure, So it absorbed the kind of stuff which have been reduced every time, I say stuff is our university. So our university is kind of expanding. In fact, it's not become very big. In fact, it's become every time very small, I'm not just looking inside, I'm just looking outside. I'm suppose I already standing outside of our university. I suppose that our university is kind of looks like a kind of very big ball, And every time I push it small. Why our university will be pushing very small? Every time. Because the pressure outside very big, very very big. The very big outside a lot of kind of maybe four-dimensional university gave our university kind of very big push. So make this kind of, oh my god, reduced every time, become small. And then create more kind of space inside this kind of board, because inside is become small, and there are more space. But all space will be filled with the kind of exploring states. Of course, nobody believe we are become half reduced every time, every second, because it looks like a fairy tales. Oh, you change a person to a small frogs, and but have you been kind of outside to see the whole university looks like? I just make a kind of supposing, okay. Our university don't expand it becomes small, because I already jumped outside. I see our university is a kind of glass ball, okay. So. That's why I can try to design all kind of inside. If this kind of university are outsiders, how I can control it? Because I'm a kind of alien. I want to design very beautiful this kind of glass ball inside, so I can control it. If the ball expanding every time, I cannot control. Do you think this kind of Earth, Moon, and Sun can be kind of very fixed, very suitable looks like this? I don't believe, just because of our university is kind of like a glass ball, is kind of being controlled by some kind of very super alien civilization. So for this kind of situation, some kind of power, I can control it, It's funny. Okay. So today my topic is kind of jump outside. Where I become even small and small every time. Okay. And our university is reduced and kind of very reduced every time and become smaller and smaller, but a lot very big and just of course the whole kind of university is kind of original, kind of very shine glass ball state, But how you can say it became big or small on the because they have never been outside and okay, I just supposed it to be kind of okay. Bye bye. What else? And by this time, okay, I still want to connect this kind of supposing to a kind of four-dimensional. And by this time, this kind of glass ball and a kind of to the future, to the past, to the future, to the past, this kind of glass ball. Okay? Because inside it becomes more, more, more. And to the future is a kind of glass ball. To the kind of past is kind of glass ball. So by this time, this kind of four-dimensional can be described, can be kind of descriptive very well because it's kind of glass ball. So to the past, the ball longer to the past. To the future, the ball have extended to longer to the future. It's a kind of like a kind of in four-dimensional our kind of our kind of university just looks like what does it looks like. It looks like a kind of very understandable, in four-dimensional, it looks like what past, future, extending the board to a kind of cylinder, this kind of board cylinder, this kind of board cylinder, but this kind of inside the cylinder, all the particles be reduced, become very small, very, very small. It looks like this. So, but this kind of very imaginable and a magical state, our university like a cylinder in the past and the future, but inside reducing. So it can be very well to kind of shaped inside and controllable, So you can stay just outside of this kind of cylinder and you watch the past part of this university and the future part of this university, and you can shape it every time. And of course, it kind of like a kind of magical state and reduced inside every time. The particle reduced half and half and becomes smaller and smaller. But and every time there have been a even more space, and every time the kind of smaller material, okay, I'm trying to fulfill the space which have been left, because this is gospel inside the stuff reduced half, and there's another half space, and reduced half, and there's another half of candle. What candle? And a third fourth, 3/4 another candle space left, and another 1/4 of the kind of staff of our university trying to do expanding. So it looks like we can never reach the outside, we can never reach because we have been designing kind of reduce. Okay, you're big guy, big giant. Reduce looks like a frog. Okay, reduce looks like ants. Okay, we have been designed kind of. So it looks like the university expanding. Okay, looks like we are very stupid, and but from this kind of four-dimensional cylinder to observing our whole university, looks like okay. We can observe from the past and to the future, because from the original ball of this kind of university, from the starting of the Big Bang, explosion, is a kind of very, very ball, full of stuff, full of stuff to the past. But every time, this ball reduced half, you understand? So it looks like our university, it looks like, inside a kind of cylinder. Because from the big bang, the first moment we create the university, and every minute our university reduce half, becomes small, By the time it's passing, you understand? I'm talking about four-dimensional, how to do description, how to make a very vivid description of four-dimensional shapes of our university, you understand? So from the first, this kind of I create this kind of board, okay, our university, the first, second. By the second, the board reduced to half. And the third second, the board reduced to half. You know what this kind of shape in four dimensional of our university? It's very interesting, It can also be describing descripted a kind of three-dimensional state, but it's kind of four-dimensional, or even vivid four-dimensional state, It looks like a kind of what kind of shape inside the cylinder? Because from the past, our university is very big. To the future, our university is very small, unlimited small state. It looks like it looks like the small, the biggest part. Okay, a cone, a very vivid cone, a kind of cylinder. This is our university looks like in the four-dimensional. And this kind of core, at the top of this core, unlimited became small in the future. So, but because our university is expanding every time to trying to fulfill the left space, but it's not the very vivid constant, because every time the first moment, the first second, this is ball, okay. The second, the ball reduced half, but the ball exploding, because the pressure of the space left out, pushes the ball, make the exploding, trying to fill full, full of the left space. So it broke, and break it to maybe, I don't know how many parts, but break it, okay, from the ball, broke, and trying to fulfill, So, but the second, of course, the university, kind of, second, the university, kind of, the particles became kind of very small, but fulfilled. A lot of time, okay, when there's a kind of space left out, reduced, and the particles have been half of the before, I'm not talking about the quantity and value and the power. I'm talking about the space, because the total space is kind of ball state, but the kind of shape of this kind of I'm talking about what, cubulate, the volume of the particle became half, That time became half, I tell you. Then our space can be full controlled. Otherwise, it cannot control, Even the aliens cannot control, because it's oneness on the so this candle became half and reduced half and exploring, and this candle, it looks like the very before, the very beginning, the particle is very big, and for our terms, our particle has been reduced, become a very, very small state, and to the original, to the past time, okay. But if for this candle, supposing is a candle, I don't know, because we don't know how many particles are existing from the very beginning. You understand? How many particles? How university controls kind of create kind of particles, because there's kind of very big, a lot of particles, too much, If you design a kind of very vivid university, looks like now our stage, our style. How you can design this kind of countless, unlimited countless particles? How you can create it? This kind of. Because we don't throw, because we cannot see any particles have divided to each two every time, This kind of looks like it's kind of not existing, But if our university is a kind of from the very beginning, very big ball, is a kind of very big particles, only one particles, and every second, and it reduced, the volume reduced, and the one particle. This kind of very only one big particles reduced to half, okay, another two particles. If this kind of states existing, it's also very funny, That means every second ourselves have been separated into another two of our each, Because our particle can be divided into very the volume reduced half and the particle reduced two, That means every second there's another me, okay, existing, Every second another kind of me existing. And as after there are even more, even more of us created. But nobody have seen this, It looks like very weird. This kind of but it's also possible, It's also possible. Because our university is kind of unlimited dimensional, unlimited state dimensional. Like this kind of ball is a kind of 3D, okay, and a ball have been separate to each kind of two in the first stage, okay, and this kind of half, and the second is kind of each half have been separated into each half. Now there's four, you understand? But the four kind of can also exist in four part of the ball, And after it have been separated, the four have been separated to the eight. It can also be full fear of this kind of university. It's interesting. And have been separate. There are many kind of calculations, for the calculations. Okay, because I cannot imagine too much. Okay, I cannot think about too much. That's my brain now exploring to kind of extend, to a kind of certain extent. That's all. Finish it. because my brain cannot think too much about how our university looks like on. Okay, but any possibility is possibility. But okay.